What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dr. Turner here with the latest Star Wars news. But before we do start, remember hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Also, go check out my last video as it was a good one. Give it a thumbs up as you watch. Let's start the show because we got some big news today. So recently we've learned that in the Kenobi series, we're going to be getting a flashback of the two Jedi that I recently talked about in one of my latest videos, that we'll be seeing them in a flashback scene of two escape pods that we do see actually in the trailer, which is pretty interesting because it leads me now to believe, and yes, I'm going to be bringing it up here, and I'm going to call it the Grogu connection, not the Italian connection, the Grogu connection. The reason why I mentioned the Grogu connection is because, think about it, in the book of Boba Fett, we had Grogu when we had that flashback scene at the Jedi Temple. So it leads me to believe possibly that the two Jedi that escaped one of them had to have been Jedi Nari, who escaped because, again, he's looking for Kenobi, and what other person would it be? Because, again, we're told that there's going to be two Jedi that survived, that their masters actually sacrificed themselves to save their Padawans. So I'm thinking Jedi Nari is one of them, who ends up finding Kenobi in the series and unfortunately has an untimely death in the series. And the other Jedi, who knows? Possibly I'm leaning towards Reva, because we see in the trailer and in this image we'll see here that Reva, comes up to Jedi Nari and his hands are up in the air. And I'm thinking they possibly have a conversation because they know each other, and it could be that they're the two Jedi that actually split, that got saved, that sacrificed themselves for them to be saved. Now I wonder, could it be that in that flashback scene it ends up being possibly Jedi Nari that ends up taking Grogu, and then from there I guess they lost their way at some point, wherever, just how Reva did, they split up and they all did their own thing. But then my other question is that, again, what happens to Grogu? Because now we learn about this Force-sensitive colony that's going to be happening in the Kenobi series, where we'll be seeing Vader and the Inquisitors basically slaughter them. So the reason why I bring them up is because, think about it, Grogu was Force-sensitive, and his training was never finished, just as these Force-sensitive beings that we're going to learn about on the planet Jabiim. Now, Grogu wouldn't be on this planet because, again, they got offed, and he's obviously still alive and survived. But then the question is, who is the one that has been, I guess, if he was ever on that planet, who is the one that is hopping him around? Who is his watcher the way Kenobi was for Luke? Now, this will raise so many questions for this theory, and I want you guys to comment down below. Who do you think could possibly be behind Grogu's watch? Meaning, who could be the one that's watching over him for so long? And I guess possibly it came up until the Mandalorian when we see Din get Grogu, that whoever was watching him, died with the Empire or something, or just died a little bit right after. So I guess that's $1 million question, is who saved him? And could it be Jedi Nari that actually took him on the escape pod, that we see these two flashback scenes, and then the connection happens in the Kenobi series? Because, again, we're getting that flashback scene. That's a must, and it's happening for a fact, because they already announced it, that there's two Jedi that did survive. Now, again, there could be three. Well, again, they both were Jedi, meaning Reva and Nari. And Grogu technically isn't a Jedi because he never finished his training, and he's just Force sensitive. So again, this is a good theory that I wonder, and I would love to get your guys' comment down below to see who you guys think possibly saved Grogu, or do you guys believe that Jedi Nari was the one who took Grogu on that escape pod, as their masters sacrificed themselves for Grogu? you know? So again, comment down below, let me know what you think about this. I had to get this one out. I was talking about it last night on the live stream, and I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, could it be Jedi Nari is the connection, even though he does die in the Kenobi series? Could he be that connection that he's the one who saved him actually, and then from there left him somewhere, as they, you know, again, as we know, Reva was once a Jedi, so that's why I'm a strong believer she's possibly the one that escaped on the escape pod with Jedi Nari, and that's why it looks like they kind of know each other. When he puts his hands up, maybe he's like, hold on, wait, let's think back to the times, you know, the Clone Wars. So anyway, guys, comment down below if you think that this theory could possibly have some truth to it, and if not, totally cool. We'd love to get your guys' theory. If you have a better one, comment down below and we can discuss it. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and stick around as I'll have another video out tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Later, guys.